Hello, everybody. Let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know whether you can hear me. Hmm. Let me know whether you can hear me. Unfortunately, I was trying to stream from Facebook, but it's a bit of difficulties right now streaming from Facebook. So I'm going to be streaming from YouTube today. Um, so I'm going to be streaming from YouTube today. So hope you get me. Hope you get me. So I'll be streaming from YouTube today. It's my first time. It's going to be a bit difficult, but I think I will do it. So let's see. So today, what am I going to talk about? Today, I'm just going to introduce you to the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm just going to introduce you to the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. So if you don't know the province of Newfoundland, Labrador, this is a province in Canada. No, this is a Canadian province, and the population is just a little over 500,000 people. Hmm. So the province is a little over 500,000 people. So it's an opportunity for you. So if you want to move to Canada, if you're thinking about an opportunity to move to Canada, this is an opportunity for you to move to the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. So today basically I'm going to be talking about this province and letting you know what are some of the opportunities. Yeah, what are some of the opportunities that you can have? What are some of the opportunities that you can have with this province? So that's what we're going to be talking about. So if you're new out here, give me a follow. If you're new, give me a follow. Uh, they're not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you, as I always tell you guys, travels is about documentation. So travels is about documentation. So give me a follow if you're new. I give me a follow. Let's do it together. So uh, the province of Newfoundland and Labrador is is a province that is in the northeastern part of Canada. So I know a lot of you people have heard that people are sleeping on the street in Canada. Canada is not good. Canada is this. Canada is that. It's true. You get people sleeping on streets once the city or once the town is really full. You know, once the city or the town is full, you get people sleeping on the streets. But this is it. If you are invited to Canada, you're not going to sleep on the street. If you are invited to the US, you're not going to sleep on the street. If you're invited to the Europe, you're not going to sleep on the street. The reason you see people sleeping on the streets is this: they were not invited. A lot of people were not even invited. So some people came over from the US, some people came over from wheresoever they came from. So you're going to sleep on the street because this is it. Once the system gets saturated, you sleep on the street. Because when the system is full, there will be no way for the system to hold you. So that's why it's very important when you want to move to countries, you get all the relevant information you need to know about those countries. You need to get all relevant information before you move to a country. If you don't know anybody in Canada and you move to Canada, where do you expect yourself to sleep? Mm? If you haven't made any arrangement and you just drum into the country, you don't have the proper documentation, where do you expect yourself to sleep? You're going to sleep on the street. That's obvious. That's the reality. But this is it. I'm going to introduce you. Unfortunately, uh, I cannot use my phone to go live, so I'm using my computer. So I'll be going live from the computer. So I cannot share a screen with you. It's not possible that I share my screen with you for you to see what's popping on the screen. But I'm just gonna be telling you about this, and I'll put some links in the comment. So ask me questions as I go through this. I'll be dropping some links in the comments so you can use those links to access what you want to access. So this is it. Today I'm talking about this province called Newfoundland and Labrador. It's a very, very cool, quiet province. The premium for Labrador, Newfoundland Labrador is Andrews. He's Dr. Andrews. I think he's Dr. Andrews. He's Dr. Andrews. And this is it. They need people to move to that province. They need people to move to the province. It's in northeastern part of Canada. Because I know a lot of you have heard of Canada. I'm sure you've heard of all the big cities. You've heard of Edmonton. You've heard of Vancouver. You've heard of British, yeah, the Vancouver. You've heard of Manitoba. You've heard of Toronto. You've heard of all the big ones, right? But you don't hear of the small ones. So this is for you. So if you think about moving to a place, if you think about moving to a place as an immigrant, as a new person, you don't have the means or you don't have the financial strength. You don't move to the capital city. So if you're an immigrant, you move to a place, you don't move to a capital city. You move to a city or you move to a town with less number of people. You move to a city or you move to a town with less number of people. So today, this town telling you about, it's a whole province. It's a province, and there are only 500,000 people. So if you watch videos about this place or if you find information about this place, you notice that it's a very, 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 very less, populated place. You see one house on this side, you see another house 15 meters away. So, so this place is a place that you can move to. You're not going to find it difficult in finding a home. You're not going to sleep on the street. You're not going to, because they are inviting you. The province is inviting you. So before you even move to Canada, you're going to get every relevant document and paperwork you need. So when you move to Canada, you will already settled in. Mm. So this is it. They're not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you travels is about documentation. So anything I'm going to tell you here today, this is what I always tell you. These are public information. Any information I'm going to give you that public information. So this information can change anytime. So I urge you, anything you hear from me, you hear me say anything you're going to hear from me today, verify, authenticate, and validate. It's very important. Verify, authenticate, and validate. Any information you're going to hear from me, verify, authenticate, and validate. Because this is it. There's so much lies in the system. So much propaganda in the system, lies and propaganda in the system. So a lot of people going to be giving you stories that are not real and stuff like that. So any information you get, make sure you verify, authenticate, and validate. So today, where am I talking about? Let me just write in the comment. Let me write in the comments where am I talking about right now, so you know. So I'm talking about the province of Newfoundland, and Labrador. So let me just write in the comment section so you know what I'm talking about. So this is it. So I'm talking about the Newfoundland and Labrador. You can Google it, you can search it, you can do what you want to do, because that's what I always ask people to do, so that you get relevant information, you get verifiable information. Don't just get information and you start to run with those information. It doesn't help you. Get verifiable information. Very, very important to get verifiable information. So the province is having a virtual job fair. So this province is having a virtual job fair. So the virtual job fair is on the 25th of October. The virtual job fair is on the 25th of October. So on this virtual job fair, You're going to meet recruiters. You're going to meet you're going to meet relevant people. This is not your normal job fair, right? This is not your normal job fair. This is not your your middleman or your center man or your whosoever man. This is a virtual job fair that you're going to meet the relevant people required for your travel process. You're going to meet the relevant people that are important for your travel process. So you're going to meet like the premium. I'm not sure you're going to meet the premium, but you're going to meet immigration experts. You're going to meet employers. You're going to meet people that are relevant for your travel process. So when is this? This is happening on the 25th of October, next week, Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday, the province of Newfoundland and Labrador will be having this virtual job fair. And this is not only a job fair. This is not only a job fair, it's also an immigration fair. This is it. I always tell people, I don't encourage what we call an exodus. That's not what I encourage. I don't encourage an exodus. I encourage what we call orderly migration. Orderly migration. Because this is it. The world is a global village, you know. We live in a globalized world, you know. But whenever there's an exodus, a mass transit of people, it causes chaos. So we don't encourage that. We encourage you to go and get your visa, go and get your passport, go and get the relevant document it requires to facilitate your travel and make your travels. That's what we encourage. So the virtual job fair is happening on the 25th, next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. GMT. At 6 p.m. GMT, this virtual job fair is going to take place. And at this job fair, you're going to meet recruiters, you're going to meet public officials, you're going to meet those responsible for your process yourself. I always tell you this. The only difference between you and your connection man is information. So in the whole travel process, once you get handy or once you get knowledge of the relevant information, you are already 50 or plus more percent in the travel success. Once you get information, you're already 50 or more percent successful with the travel process. So this is it. The province of Newfoundland and Labrador is having this virtual immigration and job fair. Two things: immigration and job fair happening next week, Wednesday. They need teachers. They need a lot of early childhood teachers. They need nurses. They need doctors. They need engineers. They need everybody in the province because the province is growing. You know, numbers are growing, so the province is growing. They want to boost their economy. The province of Newfoundland and Labrador wants to boost their economy, so they want you to come there. But I always tell you this: before you move to any country, make sure you get the relevant information. Make sure you have the relevant documentation before you move to a country. You don't want to move to a country and sleep on the street. You don't want to move to a country, then you don't have any relevant document. You want to move to a country that you have all relevant document for. So on next week Wednesday, go and register for this job fair. Go and register for this job fair. Because if you don't know Canada, the population of Canada is only, I think, 40 million or so, or a little over 40 million. But Canada is one of the largest countries in the world when we talk about land size. One of the largest countries in the world when we talk about land size. There's so much space in Canada. So much space in Canada. But this is it. You cannot just go to a country without any proper documentation and you expect to sleep in the hotel or in the mansion. It's not possible. So this is what I'm saying. If you want to move to Canada, if you have an intention to move to Canada, then you can take advantage of this virtual job fair that's going to be taking place on the 25th of October. It's a job fair, it's for everybody. You're going to meet immigration officers, you're going to meet immigration lawyers, you're going to meet recruiters, you're going to meet all of them there. This is a golden opportunity because a lot of you want to travel, you're in the travel process, but all your information you get are not from the source. They are from connection, and they are always from third party. Mm? You're in the travel process, but all of the information you get are always from third parties. Not possible. This one, you're going to get the information from the house's mouth themselves. Those responsible for every provincial documentation, work permit, housing permit, this other permit, you are going to hear from them themselves. So this is a golden opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for you to learn, to get informed of every relevant document information you need to know about the travel process. You are going to get it from them on Wednesday. Wednesday at exactly 6 p.m. West African time, Ghana time, you're going to get them on. But what you need to know is this. This is a virtual job fair. When we say virtual job fair, it's going to take place online. So number one thing that is critical to this is this. You got to apply for this. Because the fair is free, but they need to know how many people are coming to this fair, how many people are going to be there. So you have to apply for the fair. So go right now and do your application. Don't say I didn't tell you. Go right now and put in your application. Very important, critical to the process. The second thing is this. You need a CV. You need a CV. When I say CV, I don't mean hard copy because this is a virtual fair we're doing. We need a soft copy of your CV. Go and do a PDF. Do your CV and put it in the PDF format. And this is it. To those of you who will be watching me from Africa with your CVs and your resume, your curriculum vitae, or however you're going to call it, make sure that your resume is current. Very important that your resume is current. Your CV should be current. Don't go and put something from 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and you have almost 5 pages. Those of you with a 5-page CV, nobody reads that anymore. Who got time to be looking through a 5-page CV? Nobody needs that anymore. Nobody's look at a 5 pages, 6 pages CV. At least 2 pages. 2 pages even large. Just do a page, a single page CV. Just a single page CV can help it. Put it in PDF. If you don't know PDF, it's very simple. Once you save in the document, just choose PDF. Save it in PDF format. Get your CV. Your CV is very relevant for this process. Get your CV because this is it. This is a virtual job fair. You're going to be meeting recruiters. You can even find a job right there. Right there. You can get a job right there doing the interview, during the virtual fair. You can get an interview right there during the virtual fair. So most importantly, you need to get a CV, get a soft copy CV, put it in PDF because this is it. If the recruiters ask you for a CV, you should get it right away. If the recruiters ask you for a CV, you should have access to it right away. You should have access to it directly. If the recruiters ask you for a CV, you should have access to it directly. Don't say I didn't tell you. They're not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you travels is about documentation. Make sure in any of the travel process, get the relevant document that can facilitate your travel. It's very important to get a relevant document that can facilitate your travel. So this is it. The province of Newfoundland and Labrador is having a virtual job fair, immigration and job fair. They need workers, they need people to move to the province who can be able to help boost their economy. They just don't need anybody, but they need job relevant people, professionals. You're a plumber, you're a cook, you're a doctor, you're a teacher, you're a nurse. These are the people that need to move to their province because they have to boost the economy of the province, so they need you. So on Wednesday next week, 25th of October, you're going to meet recruiters, you're going to meet immigration experts, you're going to meet officials of this province that are going to tell you every single thing you need to know about this province. I know a lot of you, I want to travel to Canada, I want to travel to Canada, I want to travel to Canada. This is your opportunity to move to the province. It's your opportunity to move to the province. They're not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you travels is about documentation. Get the relevant document and you can make the travel. So why am I doing this? What do I stand to gain from this? Two major reasons I'm doing this with you. The number one is this. Two reasons I'm doing this with you. And the number one is this. I want to mitigate your travel risks. I want to reduce your travel risks to the minimum. Because I know a lot of you joining me from the continent of Africa, you're going to lose your inheritance, you're going to lose your properties, you're going to lose valuables because you want to travel. Mm? You're going to lose valuables because you want to travel, but don't be so much anxious for this travel process. Do not be anxious. Be super careful because this is it. This is it. So much lies, propaganda, fake news, scam in the system. So much of them. So I urge you all, get the relevant information you need to do your travel process. You can do it on your own. You can travel all by yourself. You don't need a connection, man. You just don't need a connection, man. For what? Because this is it. I always tell people, President Joe Biden of the US cannot give you a visa. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada cannot give you a visa. The visa issuance is only left with the visa officer. And because of this, even your connection man cannot give you a visa. The only difference between you and your connection man is information, relevant information. That's the only difference. So once you get the relevant information, you are over 50% successful with the travel process. You're over 50% successful with the travel process. So the job fair is happening on Wednesday, 25th of October. To those of you that are going to be asking for the link, unfortunately, I can't put the link out here. But hey, send me a comment, and I'm going to share that link with you. So put a comment in the comment section, and I'm going to share that link with you. So they're not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you, travels is about documentation. And then in travels, make sure you get the right information, get the right document before you make the travel. Don't move to countries, don't move to cities that you don't even know, don't know anything about them. Don't move to cities that you don't know anything about them. It's very critical, very important to get the relevant information you need to know about travels before you move there to make the travels. So this is it on 2020 25th of October, next week, Wednesday, the province of Newfoundland and Labrador will be having a virtual job fair, immigration virtual job fair. But this is what you need to know about a virtual job fair. You know, when we say a virtual job fair is happening online, it's happening online. It's going to be a big open room, and there's also going to be a breakout session. You know, it's going to be a big open room and also a breakout session. When I mean breakout session, you're going to break into groups or personal, you know, but you're going to break out some kind of way. You're going to break out. And what you need to know, number one, is this: you need to get your CV, get your digital CV, get your digital CV. And a lot of people too, when we talk about CV, be careful. Do not go and give somebody 5 pages CV. Nobody has time for that. I always tell people, if you're doing a CV for any country, make sure you streamline your CV according to the country. Let me tell you something. In Germany, when you send your CV, you gotta add your picture. In Germany, when you send your CV, you gotta add your picture. You also gotta talk about language. You gotta talk about hobbies. In other countries, when you send your CV, you need to send with a statement of purpose. Mhm. In other countries, when you're doing your CV, you gotta put a profile statement. In some countries, you gotta put a profile statement. Very important. So you gotta streamline the CV according to the Canadian standards of CV. So it makes it easier for the recruiter. It makes it very easier for the recruiter. And another major thing is this: people are not just interested in your profession, your name of a profession, doctor, lawyer. No. People are not just interested in the names of those professions. They are interested in the job description. Mm. They are not just interested in the name of the profession, they are also interested in the job description. So this is it. You have to go and check the Canadian TIE, the tier one, tier two, tier zero, tier. Go and check it and see job description of your profession. So if you say, I work this, I was a procurement officer. I work here, I was a project manager. I work here, I was this. In your job description section, make sure it's in line with the Canadian job description. Don't put a job description that the recruiter will not even understand, because they are not only watching your profession, doctor, lawyer, procurement officer. What were you doing? What were you doing in these jobs? The description. How can you describe the job? It's very important for the recruiters. So I advise you go and check out the database of the tier one, tier two, tier three, tier zero. Check it, and you're going to see description. You're going to see job description, because these are developed countries. They have job description of every job. These are how they be able to do collective bargaining. They got to know what's the tax of those jobs. That's how they bargain your salary, your pensions, and the rest of them. Very critical. Get your CV. The second thing you need to know that's critical to this job fair is this: you need to be in a very quiet place, because you never know. They can call you anytime. You can be called anytime. You can be called anytime. So a recruiter can call you anytime and tell you, hey, this is it. We want to employ you now. So you gotta be in a silent place, because you could do an interview. It's highly likely you can be recruited on that same day. So you gotta be prepared. You have to be prepared. So get your CV, be in a silent place. You don't have to be somewhere noisy. Even if the recruiter's calling you, they can't even get you. You're in a noisy place and stuff like that. It's not possible like that. So get in a very super quiet place that you can be able to talk to the recruiters. Very important. Number one, get your CV. Number two, being in a very, very quiet place to be part of this program. The third thing you need to know is this: you gotta be prepared. What I mean prepared is this: This is a job fair. So in this job fair, there's so much chances of you being interviewed. They can call you the same day to interview because this is it. Mm. If you apply for this fair, you're going to put in your CV, and these people are going to send your CV to relevant. They're going to send your CV to relevant recruiters, employers. They're going to send your CV. So these people are going to go through your CVs even before the job fair. So they've already gotten a view of who they want and stuff like that. They've already gotten a view. So you could be that lucky person to call you on that day for interview. So you have to be prepared. Be prepared because you are likely to be called to an interview. You are likely to be employed exactly at that same time. They can employ you right at that job fair. You can get an employment right at that job fair. So it's very, very, very critical. Very, very, very critical to be prepared. Be highly prepared because you're going to be interviewed. It's likely you'll be interviewed. It's likely to call you for an interview. They're going to ask you subject matter questions. If you're a doctor, they ask you something about, and they're going to ask you scenarios, hypothetical questions. They're going to do some IQ tests. They're going to do, they're going to test your skills. They're going to ask you about your skills and stuff like that. So you have to be prepared. Don't go to the job fair and you're not prepared. It's not going to help you because you are likely to be interviewed directly and be offered employment directly. Very, very much possible. That's why it's an immigration and job fair. You're going to meet every relevant stakeholders you need in your travel process to Canada. You will meet every relevant stakeholders that you need in your travel process to Canada. So guys, the job fair is on the 25th of October, next week, Wednesday. If you think about moving to Canada, you have an intention to move to Canada, you want to move to Canada, this is your opportunity. So go and register for the job fair. It happens on the 25th of October. You're going to meet recruiters from across the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. There you can ask every information you want to know. Because this is it. You're not going to be, there's no middleman, side man. No. You're going to hear it directly from the house's mouth. So you're going to hear it directly from people of that province. You're going to hear everything from people directly from that province. So they're going to tell you how you can move to that province. You're not going to hear it from me. You're going to hear it from the house's mouth themselves. So this is your opportunity. Register, be in a quiet place, get to CV, prepare, and I wish you the best of luck. So give me a follow. This is just a short one, but if you want a link to register for the job fair, give me a comment and I'll follow up with a comment and register. Also, unfortunately, I cannot show my screen. I could show you some information, but hey, Google by Newfoundland and Labrador is a very nice place for you. You're gonna like it, and I urge you all to apply. If you need help, give me the comment. Click on the comment, and we're gonna do it together. So, guys, have a nice one. Wish you the best of luck. I'll do the session again, maybe in a few days from now, so that we can get prepared for the virtual job fair. So, thanks. Have a nice evening. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.